Not a good day, is it? No. I've wanted to make this video for what feels like 1,000 years. Do you know what I'm saying? Because let me just, for those that don't know, hello from that rock you've been living under. So as of 2028, Sony are not making physical discs anymore. They're not printing physical discs anymore. Let me just read. They put it on the blog. Let me just read the first paragraph out. So it says, as consumer preferences in the broad entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical disc game production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, the new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that are released, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Yeah, so this seemed to come out of the blue. I think Grand Theft Auto 5, hello, 2013. Grand Theft Auto 6, sorry, beg your pardon. It's 2012, isn't it? It doesn't matter. So they're not shipping a disc. You get in a box with a code in it, or you can download it from the stores, which a lot of people sort of went on whatever like that. From what I saw on my feed, I wasn't happy with it. Do you know what I mean? I haven't even pre-ordered it yet or whatever, because I need, for that kind of money, I need a tangible thing. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. But for this to come out so, I don't want to say so soon, everyone's sort of in the agreement that we had like one console generation left of physical media, and before I carry on, you're not going to get a special medal for saying that, oh, I saw this coming, I'm a dead clever person, I'm not. No, everyone sort of, they've been they've wanted to do this for years. Ubisoft especially wanted this to happen for fucking years. And I just didn't think Sony would be the ones to pull the trigger first. I thought it'd be Microsoft. And with Microsoft rumoured to be having a disc drive in their next Xbox, that is a timeline I want to see. I want to see. Do you know what I mean? Because there was the famous video, which I think, as most people else do, think that killed the Xbox One, was this is how you share your PlayStation games.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
But yeah, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Now it just feels like recently divorced, watching a marriage video. It's just a bit like, fuck you little knobhead. Because there were rumours as well at that point where Sony had a similar thing, if you remember the Xbox One sort of reveal. There was a lot which was like, this is just shit. Most of it is coming to fruition at some point or another. They wanted like all digital, and you had to just go and watch it if you haven't seen it, or just go and read about it. I won't cover it here, don't worry. But there was a lot of stuff, and I think Sony had a similar thing planned, and they saw the reaction to that conference and was like, shit, and just, I'm not sure how true that is, because changes like that take time, but if you're in a pickle, maybe, I don't know. But there's that, and now it's like, maybe, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I've been collecting physical games since as long as I can remember. I'm moving, so I have a few here. I know what you're going to say. That's the code in the box. No, sorry, not really a code in the box. That's the game key card. You're right. Bench of Elliot, by the way, great game. And Square like to do thingies, game key cards. I don't like them, but it's at that point where it's like you have to sort of you have to pick your poison. I want to support these games on the Switch too, but do I want to buy? I want to buy them on the Switch too, but do I want to sort of say, oh yeah, downloading games are cool, or do I want to actually buy a box with the? Because you can these game key cards, they're just whatever in it. There's just nothing on it. It's just a key to play the game, download and play the game, I should say. I can borrow this from my mate, and he could play it. It is what it is. But yeah, it's I still go game markets and stuff as well, and they're just going to get even more expensive now, probably. But like I was saying, I thought it would be Microsoft to go first. But the fact Nintendo were like, yeah, we'll sell physical games still, but we'll charge you a bit more for them. I thought they were just going to do that. It was going to be like an enthusiast kind of hobby. It kind of is at this point, in it, because everything's so expensive, especially hardware prices. They're going to be fucking started on RAM prices. Right, that's a topic for another day. But we'll move on. I'm just going to go through. I'm just going to rant and vent. Sorry, not rent. That was weird. Yeah, I just got the Odyssey, so my head's a bit frazzled. It's a great film. Go watch it in IMAX, as Nolan intended. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so since, though, that was on... Where are we? Early July 1st, that one went out. Not long after, like I said, Rockstar said about Grand Theft Auto 6, so maybe they were like, right, let's just go in for it now. And we'll see what happens, won't we? But Jason Schreier's come out, formerly Kotaku, now with Bloomberg, very respected. I'm going to just do the numbers, because there's no sort of added nuance to this decision. It was just yeah, we're doing it, deal with it. Most of you download your games anyway, just deal with it. And it's like, whatever. But it obviously boils down to money. They don't have to pay a production team of people to print these discs. They don't have to pay for the plastic. They don't have to pay for the discs. They don't have to pay for the distribution, etc., which goes into the added cost to a physical game. And it says, when selling it, let's pretend I've got some PlayStation games over there. Something cool. Saros. So they're saying, when selling its own game for $70 on disc, the company receives about $45.50. Well, a digital copy pretty much gives you the £70 back. Dollars back, sorry, my American brethren. With third-party publishers, a license is 15%. Sony receives about 30% commission from each digital sale. So, do you know what I mean? And that's the thing as well. They've said here. Let's go back to it a second. New games will be available on PlayStation Store and at PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. That. What does that mean? Is that, I assume it's codes in boxes, but we're closing the fucking factories down. So is it code in box, or is it just going to be a slip? Is it going to be a receipt? Probably going to be a receipt in it. Let's be honest with you, be a receipt. And it's the same here, because like Games just announced that it's gone into administration about the 40th time, which is where I'm currently based. Which I'm sure as yourself, if you're lucky enough, a shelf in Sports Direct, which is mainly pop figures and stuff, which whatever. Like, and even the CEO game or somebody high up at Games come out and said, this isn't our biggest. It's not been our biggest revenue of money for a long, long time. So you know what I mean. But there are enthusiasts like myself, like you, if you watched the video and got this far through it already. So thank you very much for staying. Let me know what you think as well downstairs, if you will. It's money. The short answer is money. And I can just sit here as well with all the shite. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry. My camera's playing up. And it's a bit real, because Sony, those who know me personally, how unlucky you are, do not have the necessary security to do this, because my PSN got hacked into and I was out of it about 5 weeks, to which my PSN rolled over and I owed them money, and I'm like, you bunch of pricks, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? And I had to fight for that. I had to get a week back of PS Plus back. Right, that's the rabbit hole I'm not going down today. But do you know what I mean? And there was an outage today. It was down for about at least 6 or 7 hours. It was down for that long. BBC are getting in on this as well. You know what I'm saying? BBC are just like, yep, and no people couldn't access the PSN accounts, which means they couldn't access the game libraries. Whereas you could just put your game in. I can't remember if you have to tell the server, yes, I still legitimately bought my games once a month or so, or you can just get crap out. I'm going to assume you have to be online, because I think a lot of Steam games have to be online with as well. And it's going to be funneled through, like, it's the monopoly on the PlayStation as well, because it's going to be funneled through like one store. Like if you go on the key resellers, I'm not going to name them, but the key resellers, a lot of them don't have a lot of PlayStation games, and a lot of the PlayStation games they do have are like, the ones you get accounts with the game on it. It's like, I don't want that. I want the shit on my account. Do you know what I'm saying? Give me a code for the game, but they've always refunded people. I've always seen as well. And on the same day, Sony have announced the closure of the PS3 and PS Vita stores. Now, granted, old stores, but they just have no remorse for game preservation. Like a lot of games are art. I'm sure you agree with me as well. If you got this far in the video, games are art, and for someone to sit and work on something for so long and just have it, it's just crazy. Like they do nothing for preservation. They actually the ones that do most for preservation, weirdly, are Microsoft. I sat looking at Game Pass. Now I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get pitchforks down. I'll get to it in a minute. But Game Passes are, and there's like 4 Xbox. I'm going to call them Xbox One games then, but original Xbox games are here. It'll be the Time Sweeper, Conquer Live and Reloaded. So yeah, Fusion Frenzy and Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge, that playing game they did. Backwards compatibility on PC. It's just a PC port basically, but do you know what I mean? The saving, there's preservation there, which I appreciate, and I know it's not in a box, and well, they are in boxes, but you can still play them without using the E word. Do you know what I'm saying? I think fans do more for preservation. I was going to say that preservation than these companies ever did, or will do, or do. And they use the data. Sony do. One of the exclusives. They use the data from, say, 85% of these games are downloaded. Which, okay, you've got the data. That's fair enough. I'm not saying that physical is the majority. I'm far from it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the data they present is skewed, because out of the 85% of this shit that's gone down, quite a lot of it is stuff that isn't available in a box, or is DLC, or whatever as well. And it's like, when you compare it to their actual like solid first party big hitters, like your single player shit, like your Saros, like your Astrobots and shit, they're the ones with a more even. Some even go off to physical majority split, which I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. I haven't got it in front of me. I should have put it in front of me. I'm sorry, but I'll put it on the screen now, and you can see somewhere it's here. And it's like, what the fuck? And as well, there's all the going about ownership. Like with this, I'm going to use Saros as an example again. Saros, great game, go and play it, but it's like, do you own it? Like, I know you don't own Saros, I know you don't own it, but like with the actual box, you can, as long as the hardware works and all that stuff. I've still got Mega Drive that works, so don't even chat to me. But you can put it in, play, crack on, boom, see in a bit. And it's I'm just fed up. Everything's so expensive. And also going back to physicality, Resident Evil 9 or Requiem. This one was weird because I had to hunt for that one, because it was one of them. I bought it on a whim. I was out and about with my beautiful, lovely wife, and I was like, I want to buy Resident Evil 9. She was like, yeah, whatever, go on. Even though we're just buying a house, which different strokes, different folks, mate. Need to be doing some gaming, you know, keep me sane. But was it 9? I said, yeah, buy it. I went to one shop. Oh, it's not there. I'm like, what? Okay. Long story short, I must have went 5, 6, 7 shops before I found it in a shelf in Sports Direct, of all places. But the point is, most people would have just gone, oh, fuck it, I'll just download it. Even Amazon has a 2-week wait, apparently, for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. It's just crazy. And that, Sony also deleted 500 movies from your account, even if you paid for them, because of the licensing agreement. Which Digital Future, yeah, I know it's movies, I know it's faffy licenses and that, but it shouldn't say buy in the little button when you go to buy something if you're not actually buying it to use whenever you like. When it can just be revoked, but it should be like rent, or it should say rent or something like that. Again, conversation for a different day. But I'm not 100% against physical. Of course I'm not. That's why I'm sat here. I'm not digital. I see the benefits, and I see why you'd want to just whatever. Because I'm sat in front of a PC with a bajillion games on it. Let me just check my Steam account for you. 1,022 games on Steam now. When I first built a rendition of this PC back in 2017, I shit myself because I didn't have a disk drive on it. I don't know why I did that. Any sort of software updates, anything like that, you just download from the internet. Steam has been digital for years and years and years. I also have Epic Games account with a couple hundred games on it. But I bought about 2 of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, quite a lot. To be honest, a lot of them Steam games have been humble bundle nonsense, which are 9 games for about a tenner. So, you know what I mean? Once a month for 5 years or whatever. Again, yeah, not against digital at all. I see a lot of people say, "Well, it's easier." And I appreciate that. Well, I know the thing is, I'd rather walk into someone's house and see a nice shelf of games and just actually just go through them as opposed to just flip through a menu. It feels like I'm doing nothing as well. And people are like, "Oh, well, I move house a lot and I can't be asked to have a load of boxes." And again, I appreciate that. Now, the eagle-eyed viewers, if you will notice my chair, keeps clipping here, and there's Jam. This is actually Jam's shelf behind me. It's a picture of Jam. It's not even my room. We're just in the middle. Look, there's my back garden, clothes and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? What is this? The future. But I'm currently in the process of sort of moving house, and all my stuff is lofts, storage, shelves, boxes, back of cupboards. Do you know what I mean? And I see the benefit of digital. I really do, because I've on Switch, for example, they just dropped the Xenoblade Nintendo Switch 2 editions. I was like, oh yeah, cool, bang. Switch 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 1. That was a month or so ago, maybe 2 months. I can't remember the exact timing. It was April actually. No, it wasn't. It was June. It was June because it was the E3, not E3 Direct. I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, bang, straight on, downloaded it. I have it physical because I'm a really cool guy, and I got the big box and all that shit. Like, yeah, where is it? I'm like, where is it? I was like, I don't know. And okay, whatever. And same again with Xenoblade 2 as well, because that's out. As watching this, that's next week. I don't know where my box is. I know it's still in my possession, but where? I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, it's just a big monopoly, and it's this and it's that. There's no. Okay, they've sort of said this is in the blog post. They've sort of said this is what you want. It's your fault. Fucking deal with it. But fair enough. Most people do just download games now. But it's preservation for me. I need to be able to play these games in. No, that's wrong. I need to be able to have the option to play these games in however many years in the future. And I just not like my interest in like the Sony brand after that decision just evaporated completely, because like I said, the security in the PSN is just shit at the minute. It's down outage today. It was a high profile account. Colin Moriarty, he recently had a hack, and he's got a bajillion, because he reviews them. He's got an account with a bajillion games on, and it's just like, what the fuck? And it's only because he is who he is, and he's got contacts at PlayStation that can help him, that he was able to get his account back. If that was me or you, good sin a bit, you know what I mean? And so they do not have the output at the minute to warrant such a decision, because people like me, probably you at this point, may not be interested, because the physical buyers are your like biggest enthusiasts, I'd say. Day one, new console, day one, get the Pro. Most of you, yeah, get the Pro, let's go. And then they decided to spend so much time on games as a service chase that their output was shocking. PS5, I'm sorry. Good games, yeah, of course, but the amount you can exclusively play on PS5 is what? Like Astrobot's awesome, to be fair. Ghost Yote is good. Ragnarok's on PS4. God of War Ragnarok, sorry. Ghost of Tsushima's on as a PS5 game, but as well as PS4. But you can play it on PC. Yeah, they had that sort of flirting with the PC, and they were like, "Oh, actually, no." But if they would just put a storefront on PC, that's a different story, isn't it? And with PC, it's more of an open market because, excuse me, sorry, more of an open market because you've got you've got Steam, you've got Epic, you've got a load of key resellers, legitimate key resellers, and all the dickheads. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you can't. I know nothing will happen. I know me, you, Jam. Sorry, he's here. Just a spoke on the wheel. The wheel's gonna, to quote the great CM Punk, the wheel's gonna. I'm just a spoke on the wheel. The wheel's gonna keep turning, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, yeah, I'm tempted just to switch to and PC it up and just miss out on because I was looking forward to Interstellar. God of War Alpha is coming on disc, so I'm in the boat where I'm going to support the disc buying as much as I can. Most people have just dropped Sony completely, which fair enough. I get it. Do you know what I mean? And some people, I'm one that's cancelled my PS Plus as well. I never used it. Downloaded a few games on it, and never fucking played them. I've got time. Do you know what I mean? Barely got time about this video, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's like you're bastardizing your own. Is that even the right word? Probably not, but we'll go with it. You're bastardizing your own fan base, and you know the people that nothing wrong with what I'm about to say. People that play Call of Duty every year, FIFA, Madden, and jump on Fortnite or whatever, totally fine. No problem with that at all. But do you think they're going to buy PS6 at probably £1,000 at this point, $1,000, £800-900 at least? I don't think so. You're right. I can still play FIFA, Madden, and Fortnite on this one I've got, but you want me to upgrade to that one for a little bit of fidelity? No, thank you. Do you know what I mean? I knew it was coming anyway, but let me know what you think. Are you fuming? Are you not fuming? Are you ready to jump digital? I mean, I can still go into a bookshop and buy a book, even with the Kindle just obliterating, the Kindle, right? The whole thing. Obliterating the book space, you know. Spotify's abolishing the music, and there's still CDs and vinyls. You can still buy Blu-rays and DVDs, which I'll probably buy Blu-ray. The Odyssey or something when it comes out. Whatever. So let me know what you think. This is you. We're currently in the sabbatical period, so this is the 1 or 2 video a year. So probably see it for Game of the Year now. Keep it real. I love you lots. See you later.